This commentary today is about all of these news broadcasters who seem to think that the only thing that these illegal Mexicans, illegal aliens, they're illegally here, the only thing that they're here to do is to pick in the fields. What kind of racist baloney is that? How come you're not mad because the Haitians that are here are illegally are not picking in the fields? Or the Chinese that are here illegally are not picking in the fields? Or should I keep going down the list? All the Arabs, anybody else who's here from another country illegally. Why aren't they working in the fields? You ain't fighting for them to get that job. It's because you're racist. It's because you're a charlatan. It's because the agricultural industry has pretty much been mechanized. And the reason it's been mechanized is because the same people you think picking in those fields need that job are the same people that were crying and sniveling about the job. Okay, too hot, too much work, I can't take it, and it's not enough money. Well, then you don't get that job. We'll put a machine in there, and most of it is already mechanized. Okay, that's the future. We don't need people in the fields. If they come here, they should be doing greater things than picking in the fields. Okay? There's other people in this country, illegal, that you don't seem to care about, that don't seem to get on the radar when you start talking about deportation. So let's go a little deeper. Millions and millions of illegals, okay, whether they're here and got a job or not, are in houses and homes that Americans should be living in and have jobs that Americans should have so they can live in those homes. They're not. They're living in the street because the people who hire those illegals got used to paying substandard wages. Okay, people don't want to work in the field because they can't pay their bills, they can't pay the rent, they can't pay the gas, they can't pay the insurance, they can't pay for everything, their groceries, for the electricity, it doesn't stop. That stuff all went through the ceiling, man. And that's why when you say, oh, don't deport them because we need farm workers, you're so racist, you're so out of touch. Okay? That's just not the case. We're saying to deport them all. Americans voted for this. Deport anybody here who's not supposed to be here. Then these companies who are hiring these illegals, they should be fined or shut down. Also, a bunch of them got fired from Coke. Then they got deported. Well, maybe I'll go get a job at Coca-Cola now. And they might be able to hire an American, Mexican. I would work in the fields. I'm an ex-presidential candidate, and I would work in the fields if you paid me enough. I got a lot of spare time. I run my own businesses and make my own money, but I still got spare time. I can schedule around. I can schedule my customers around my shift out in the field. I'd be eating half them groceries because, they're delicious. And I'd be eating half those groceries while I'm working. That's why they don't have a lot of people in the fields working. They eat it before it gets to the store. At least I know I would, especially if we're in the strawberry fields. Ooh, celery, cabbage, broccoli. It's pretty much all picked by machines now. Quit it. It's a bad talking point. And I'd also like to say to any of the people that come here from any country and you don't care to learn the language, that's a slap in the face. All right? That's a slap in the face. At least try to start speaking it. Even if you sound stupid, you'll get more respect because you're trying to speak English than you would if you don't. Okay? Because I'm speaking English in America. Even though I do speak multiple languages, I will understand what you say. And when you get out of pocket, I'll cuss you out in your own language. And I'll let you know how wrong you are. Time to clean house. Pendulum is swinging. Things are changing for the better, not the worse. America's back, Jack. Americans are back. I'm sure that as soon as the majority of you illegals are sent back out of the country, the 7 to 8 million Americans might join the workforce again. And those people who are hiring those Americans might just decide to pay living wages. Everything's expensive, and it isn't getting better. Not yet. Within the next 6 months, though, in America, you're going to see a big change. It's already happening. Guys like me are coming to the forefront. Okay? We've been in the fray. And now we're here to say, this stuff's got to stop. Time for a change. If you're here illegally, go back. Go back now. Get your money together and go back wherever you came from and fill out the paperwork in order to come here legally. Okay? We would appreciate that much. And as a generational American whose bloodline was in this country before it was America, my great-grandfather rode alongside Pancho Villa in the Revolución for the Libertad de Mexico. Okay? Matter of fact, my great-grandfather was the only one out of our entire family that lived through it. The rest were all killed in war. Revolutionaries is in our bloodline as far as delatores are concerned. So I say to you, and I'll say it in Spanish, Señor y señores, chance que tú eres aquí en Estados Unidos ilegal, su tiempo es terminar. Tiempo para te vas para atrás. O vas para encarce y para atrás. Y también tú dices de que tú quieres vivir en América, quieres valer como americano. Ajá, pero cuando tú tienes protesting, tenemos la bandera de México. Es contrario. Tú necesitas usar una bandera de América, porque desde donde tú quieres vivir, tú quieres cambiar para un americano. Tú quieres valer como americano. Pero estás enojado. Y usar tu bandera de México es chueco, es para atrás, es reverse. Es reverse. Eres pendejo. Tú no quieres decir le dan de América. Tú quieres decir le dan de México. Cambia su bandera. Usa una bandera americana. Entonces dice que tú no quieres ir. Pero nosotros no te quieres aquí. Quítate. Hasta luego. Vaya con Dios. Y no volver ilegal otra vez. ¿Me entiendes? Órale. Te guacho.